Hello YouTube, Jason from Renegade Rants Comics here. Been a while since I did a long form video. I've had a lot of stuff going on. Um, Wanted to get one out. Last weekend was Free Comic Book Day. Tonight at 9 p.m. on Disney Plus, the Punisher one shot or one last kill is coming out. So want to try to have something out there. What did I get from Free Comic Book Day? And kind of talk about some things that I think are important. So I only picked a few of the books that I've been getting off my pull list that I wanted to talk about. So Punisher #2 is one of them. So we brought Jigsaw back in here. Have you watched one of my last long form videos? I kind of went off on how I felt that Benjamin Percy's miniseries on issue 5 felt so rushed to try to finish off the miniseries. There's a lot of elements from the miniseries that made its way into the new ongoing Punisher that he's writing, but okay, you know, this is starting to pick up, is starting to kind of tie everything in. I don't know why they rushed the other one. They could have just kind of finished off a couple of the storylines and whatever, but it is what it is. So then issue 3 has just came out, and I need anyone that hasn't read this or doesn't want me to give any kind of spoilers about the Punisher to fast forward 30 seconds. Starting now. Begin rant. Why are they doing Micro dirty? They always do Micro dirty. I don't understand. In the 80s and the 90s, or at least the early 90s, Micro and Frank were yin and yang. We had Frank, who used Micro's equipment, and Micro, who was building the equipment. That is how this worked. However, as the series in the 90s was starting to wane down and they were looking at canceling it, they decided that they were going to make Micro and decide that he was over Frank's over violent tactics and that Frank was losing himself. So Micro did a whole bunch of backstabbing, dirty things to Frank. Okay? That's how they wrote it. So this doesn't go over well when you backstab a character called the Punisher. I'll leave it at that. Now, the only time that they did not do Micro dirty was when John Bernthal's series was out. That Micro didn't necessarily get a raw deal at the end. Okay? Now, in the comics, every so often, if somebody is recycling the Punisher or, retelling the Punisher story, somehow Micro comes back. But instead of it just being, oh, Micro's working with Frank. No, no, no. It's a Frank still hates Micro, and Micro's going to be done dirty. And Micro's been done dirty by the criminals, and Micro's been done dirty by Frank. And a lot of it gets missed because unless you're a diehard, reader of the early stuff, you kind of don't understand what's going on. So it boggles my mind. But these are really good reads. I'm liking where the series is going right now, even though they are doing Micro dirty. So I recommend it if you want to pick it up. If you're a Punisher fan, it's a good one to have on the list. Now, I didn't realize that they were coming out with this cover. And I try to stay away from variant covers unless it's an artist I am absolutely in love with or the cover I'm absolutely in love with. It's hard enough to collect the main covers, for a series without getting into the variant rabbit hole. But I couldn't resist this. Now, I missed this, didn't know it was coming out, then saw it, and I realized it's sold out. You can't find it. You can't order it online. You can't do this. And, of course, I didn't have my LCS, save me one of these. So they're supposed to be coming out with a second printing of this. But when I went to Patriot Flipper, and Patriot Flipper is my local LCS, they used to be in the one end of the Salmon Run Mall in Watertown, New York. Now they moved to a bigger location, and I'll show a little video up there from Free Comic Book Day of, what it kind of looks like. Really nice place. They had 2 of these on the shelf. So I picked one up. My buddy Dave and I always go to Free Comic Book Day together. So ended up I got him a copy because he had picked me up a few things that he saw that he thought I would like. And when we had some of the shops down in Syracuse, Oswego area. But this right here ties in because tonight, again, is going to be the Punisher series. And I've stayed away from spoilers. I've stayed away from the trailers. I didn't want anything to taint this. Now I know Bernthal co-wrote this. I know Bernthal likes the character, so I'm excited. I've never been more excited for a Spider-Man movie, knowing that John Bernthal's Punisher is going to be in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Now, with that being said, okay, I somehow found out that Judith Light, and Judith Light was in Who's the Boss, is going to be in this as Manucci. Now, for anybody that's not a Garth Ennis Punisher fan, reader, or even necessarily a Punisher fan, Manucci is a character that I don't know how we're going to flesh out in the short run time of this. It's like 45 minutes or an hour long special. I think it's supposed to be tainted as an hour long special, but by the time you get the ads, unless you have the ad free or whatever, it's probably like 45 minutes. I don't understand, but I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it tonight. I'm going to be counting down the hours. It's on at 9 o'clock Eastern time on Disney Plus. I really am hoping that this actually break some kind of record, because I would love to see this be very popular, and I think it will be, so that maybe we can get more kind of thing. I'm not going to be greedy, but I would love to see maybe another series. Anyway, so Free Comic Book Day. Now, I didn't realize that Free Comic Book Day, it ended up, there was kind of two Free Comic Book Days. You had regular Free Comic Book Day, and then there was a comics giveaway day. So apparently, when Diamond Distributors, who I guess originated Free Comic Book Day, went out, there's a new owner of the Free Comic Book Day name, and some publishers were going with them, and then anyone that was through Penguin Random House, they were under Comics Giveaway Day. So now we have two. It's on the same day. It's the first Saturday in May, but yeah. So first Free Comic Book Day I got was Supernatural 1. Love Supernatural, the TV show. Love the characters. Going to probably add this on a poll list. And that's from Dynamite. So any Supernatural fan, you probably should pick that up. Now, for my first Comics Giveaway Day, is Something is Killing the Children, Road to Slaughter. So had to pick that up. Really like that series. Then for another Comics Giveaway Day was Masters of the Universe, which is through Dark Horse. Now, I grew up on He-Man. I grew up on Masters of the Universe. I love my Skeletor memes. I'm another rant for a minute. Why is it anytime they do a live action He-Man movie, we have to have Earth involved in it at all? We can't just have the story in Eternia? I'm just saying. Don't know where they come from. Hey, you know what? Sell more toys? We got to make this on Earth. And then he goes to Eternia. Or, hey, we're going to start on Eternia and then they end up on Earth. And that was my boy Dolph's movie, so I'm not even getting into that. But, like, why? Why has it got to be a thing anyway? Okay? Just saying. Free Comic Book Day. Energon Universe 2026 special. And they had Mask in this one. I grew up the Mask cartoon. My 9th birthday, I had, I think it was Firefly. It was an Indy car, but the bottom wheels like popped out, and it was actually a plane. And I had the little figure, and I loved that thing. So wanted to pick that up. Now, the last one that I got for Free Comic Book Day was The Greatest American Hero #1 from AMP. Now, The Greatest American Hero, for you those of you that don't know, was a TV show, and this is a really good read. Of all the books I picked up, they were fun reads, they were good reads. This is probably my favorite that I got from Free Comic Book Day, to be honest with you. Because this, I think I'm going to add this to the poll list. I like the story, I like the idea of the story. So, and they were able to use William Catt, who was the actor in the original show's likeness, and the way they did it in the book is really cool. So, I recommend this one a lot. Now, the other thing that I finished, so last year I ended up finishing a lot of my comic collecting goals. This year's goal, like towards the end of last year, was I wanted to finish volume 2 of Wolverine. So you had the mini series that came out, and then he had his own ongoing starting in like 1988. So this is where it gets confusing, okay? And this is all going off a key collector. So if anyone notices that I messed something up that's a Wolverine collector, please comment down below. I'm not trying to give misinformation. I'm going off of what key collector said. Apparently in the volume 2 continuity, there was 214 issues. 189 was the ending of the normal numbering. So it went from 1 to 189, and that was in 2003. Then it still considered volume 2, issue 300 that came out in 2012 to 317. Now, also in volume 2 is number 900 that came out in 2010 and number 1000 in 2011. So I'm really not sure where like these extra issues came in, but apparently it's supposed to all follow into the volume 2 Wolverine. So I have those now. It took me a little bit to pick some of these up. These aren't all the Wolverines that I've gotten since I've kind of done a long form video, but basically these are the ones I just got that I want to show off. I'm going to dig out the other ones and do like video, like more specific videos on like little blotches that I picked up. But we have a flashback Wolverine number 1. We have Wolverine 31. We have Wolverine 32. Wolverine 34. Wolverine 54. Wolverine 71. Love the 90s. Hate trying to read the numbers. Number 96. And you can always tell 90s goodness. By God, I can tell a 90s cover. I can almost tell you what year in the 90s by looking at the covers, depending on how far out they went. We have Wolverine 116. We have Wolverine 188. And Wolverine 189. Then we have 312. 314. 315. 317. 900. And 1000. So, I threw a short out finishing the run. Mike from Casino Comics basically threw out there, you know, what are you going to do next? And I really don't know. I think what I'm going to do is the only big con I'm going to go to this year is going to be Terrificon. And I might concentrate on getting either more art, or there's a ton of celebrities that are going to be there, like Ron Perlman, a lot of the Sons of Anarchy actors are going to be there. They just announced Leah Thompson's going to be there. So maybe I'll actually bite the bullet and actually get some autographs from some of the celebrities kind of thing, versus filling a short box of just, oh, I got to buy this. Oh, it's 10 for $1, kind of thing, because I'm running out of room. I do want to try to find the Jonah Hex ongoing series, the first one. I'm about 44 issues away from completing that, so that's going to be like on the list. This is the only Free Comic Book Day. I usually pick one issue up at least on Free Comic Book Day. Didn't get anywhere with that. And then I'm not sure. Between the new ones I might add to my pull list kind of thing, and maybe I'll end up finding another series that I kind of want to get into. But when I fall down the rabbit hole, I literally fall down the rabbit hole. It's like I don't have OCD a lot in my life, but for some reason, if I'm missing an issue and I've got 20 issues and one in the middle is gone, I will just break and pay more than I should for it. Instead of trying to find it in the wild, I will order it. I will find it. I will get it so that it is complete because I feel that I cannot sleep at night unless that's a thing. So, what do you think I should do for my next collecting goals? Is there a series you would recommend that I should pick up? If you like this sort of thing, like, share, and subscribe. But I'm really hoping everyone gets a chance to watch The Punisher tonight. Comment if you watch it tonight. Comment in the video, what you thought of it, kind of thing. I hope everyone has a safe week. I hope everyone is collecting happy, and we will see you next time.